Hello everyone. Today we are here to present Dynamics 365 Power Platform Admin Center and Operations. So my name is Vania Ferramaggio and I am a solution architect in the Fast Track team. And I have with me my colleague Luis Pinheiro, also a solution architect in the Fast Track team. So to start, first of all, why Luis and I have created this content. So this content or this idea came from a conversation with other customers, some colleagues internally, and we all felt that there was a lack of information around the admin consoles that we have at the moment, and in some cases there was some frustration because some customers were not comfortable in working with PPAC and understanding the differences between the several consoles. So we created this presentation and we have this agenda, and we will start with a small scenario. And here the idea is to bring a fictitious business. And this fictitious business will actually be a mirror of a real business and real concerns from the field. Then we have created a global view about the admin consoles, and it will show the actions we have available when we start with Dynamics 365. Then we will see Power Platform Admin Console, PPAC, with the options around provisioning, maintenance, monitoring, and analysis, so analytics. We will review the other admin portals we have so far, and at the end, very quickly, we will touch on the roadmap. So the first one, the scenario that I was mentioned. So our scenario is about Margie's travel company, a small business that has seen their increase in the past months and decided to embrace a digital transformation and bring all their on-premise platform into Microsoft Cloud. So for them, the business solution must be available everywhere, has to be easy for everyone to access, and provide an excellent user experience without any performance, because Margie's travel company suffered a bit in the past with some performance issues. So for this reason, they have engaged a fast-track solution partner architect to implement several solutions using Power Platform. However, as soon as they started, they felt some challenges. So in a monthly call, they shared the concerns, and the concerns were these three. So we have so many tools and portals today available that they were feeling a bit lost in which tool to use, when and why to use a specific tool, what PPAC stands for, what is the difference from PPAC or between PPAC and other tools, why they need different consoles, and what they can do with each of them. So based on these concerns, we started to create a view where we have identified the several steps that when we are new in the platform, we must complete. So after we heard all these concerns, we decided to build this consoles global view for the where we try to align all the options available at the moment. So when we start to using Dynamics 365, the baseline will be PPAC, Power Platform Admin Center, and the first phase is the provisioning. Here we need to use two consoles, PPAC and M365, so Power Platform Admin Center and Microsoft 365. On the PPAC side, it's time to create a new organization and configure it. Okay, and in parallel, we need to go to M365 and provisioning the users, add licenses and groups. After all this in place, you should be able to access your organization for the first time. Then the second phase, we have identified as other admin portals. Here the idea is after you create your organization, you will need to complete the rest of the configurations, and it can be done in one of these 4 portals that we have highlighted here. So we decided to focus on these, just on these 4 for now. So it's the make a portal, Power Automate, portal management, and Power Virtual Agent. The rest of the phases will be maintenance, monitoring, and analytics. So on these phases, we want to highlight the options we have in each of these categories, like what are the tasks we have available in PPAC for database maintenance, or how can we monitor the environment behavior. So Power Platform Admin Console. So first one is provisioning, and the question here basically is where to start. And so first step will be to create the environment. For that, you must go to PPAC Console, Power Platform Admin Console, with an appropriate license, and you can provision a new environment based on the tenant available capacity. So the environment creation requires a minimum of 1 GB of available database capacity. And then you just need to define like the name of your organization, the environment type. It can be production, sandbox, or trial, the region proposed for that environment, and specify if you want to create with database or not. If you want to create with database, then that means that you will use Dataverse as your data store. If you don't want a database, then you will use your own data store. And then on the step 3, you just need to define some DB options, like what is the base language and base currency, define if you want to enable Dynamics 365 apps. So this option will automatically deploy apps such as customer service, sales. If you don't select yes at the time of database provisioning, you won't be able to make this change later, nor be able to install Dynamics 365 apps in this environment. A new environment must be created for that then, if you have that need. The last option will be the security group. So you can specify a security group to restrict the access to this environment. So only those users inside that group will be able to log into this environment. After you create the environment, you must create the user accesses to it. So you go to Microsoft 365, M365, and then you can manage users and licenses. So here you create users associated with the license and add a role based on their needs. After this all set, users will have access to the Dynamics organization, so the new environment that you just created. And then we have the maintenance phase. So what options we will have available in Dynamics 365. So the Power Platform Admin Center provides a unified portal for administrators to manage environments and settings for Power Apps, Power Automate, and customer engagement apps like Field Service or Dynamics 365 Sale. You can view, you can create, as we saw before, and you can manage all the environments. So you can easily select one environment to see details and be able to manage it. The options we have so far is like you can do a full copy or just copy customizations and schema to a sandbox environment. You can also reset and delete your environment. One scenario where you want to reset or delete an environment is if you would like to free up some storage space. In case of an accidental deletion, you have 7 days to recover that environment. please have in mind that you can only reset the sandbox environment. Other option available is to convert to another type of environment. So you may decide that your sandbox environment is now ready to go live. Then you can convert production to sandbox or sandbox to production. A note. So if you have placed your sandbox environment in administration mode, only users with system administrator or system customizer security rules are able to sign into that environment. So once you change the environment type to production, all your users can access your environment straightforward. Regarding the backup, so backup and restore options. So here some backups that Microsoft does are taking place without any intervention, any customer intervention. So they are continuously running except for trials where we do not do any backup. For production environments that have been created with a database and have one or more Dynamics 365 applications installed, the backups are retained up to 28 days. For production environments which do not have any application deployed, the backups will be retained only for 7 days. The same time we store for sandbox environments. We keep them also for just for 7 days. One important thing here is that you must restore an environment to the same region in which it was backed up, okay? And only sandbox environments can be restored to. Then we have the environment settings, okay? So here this slide is more to highlight that in the previous layout, in the old layout, to access to the environment settings, we had to go to Dynamics 365 administration, and you have here the entire settings available. Then with the new layout, we are moving these options to PPAC, to the Power Platform Admin Center. You go to environment, choose one environment, and then you select settings, and you have all the options here. Some are new here, but more or less the majority of the options are available here. Okay, we still have some on the legacy layout, and to access to those options, you need to go through Advanced Find. Then monitoring. So how can we monitor our solution? So in PPAC, if we select resources and then capacity, you will have a summary page showing the storage capacity usage for the entire tenant. All tables of Dataverse, including system tables, are included in the storage capacity reports. In the first area here, you will see the storage capacity usage divided in database, file, and logs. Then a second area that shows the usage based on the source. So it can be the default, user license, and any additional storage you have bought. So you can also have a proper understanding about the storage usage by environment. So in case you need to create additional instances, you just need to confirm here that you have 1 GB available on the database capacity. So no separate licenses are required anymore, like on the old model. I didn't mention before, but in every slide, Luis and I try to add here some links to this topic on our docs, where you can read more about the topic and go deeply in the several areas. In this case, about storage capacity. So. Still in this topic, so if you need to go deeper on your analysis, you can select one of the environments and access to the details. Then you will see in detail that what is consuming storage for that environment. So for database, we are showing the top database tables, and they growth over time. For file users, we are showing the top file tables, and for log, we are showing the top tables, and obviously the grow over time for these two too. So in every usage box, database usage, file usage, and log usage. We have a learn more link for guidelines in case you need to clean up some of this storage and you need some assistance. If you exceed your storage capacity, you will receive notifications alerting you to the overcapacity usage. So these notifications will occur as alerts in the Power Platform Admin Center. If that happens, you won't be blocked, so your solution will still be available. However, you won't be able to create, copy, or restore environments. For those three actions, you still require a minimum of 1 GB capacity available. Then we have here PPAC/Power Apps, so Power Platform Admin Center and Power Apps Admin Center, because we wanted to illustrate here the two platforms to make sure that you are aware that configuration can be done or is done on both platforms. Okay, so here more about Dual, right? So here Data Integrator is a point-to-point integration service, and we have this option in Power Platform Admin Center at this point. So what we are doing is Dynamics 365 supports integrating data into finance and operation and Dynamics 365 sales. For example, customer information in sales can flow to finance and operation apps, so you don't have to manually move the data with a third-party data integration tool. But we highly recommend our customers to start using Dual, right? Okay, which provides bidirectional integration between F&O apps and Dataverse. Here, PPAC data loss prevention policies. So here, so the DLP policies. So DLP policies are created in the Power Platform Admin Center. So they affect Power Platform Canvas apps and flows, Power Automate flows. So to create a DLP policy, you need to be a tenant admin or have the environment admin role. You can create DLP policies that can act as guardrails to help prevent users from unintentionally exposing organizational data. And regarding the scope for these, so DLP policies can be scoped at the environment level or tenant level, offering flexibility to create policies that strike the right balance between protection and productivity. For tenant level policies, you can define the scope to be for all environments or just for the selected ones. And the environment level policies, like the name says, can be defined for one environment at a time. On the classification, on the connectors classification, so data groups are a simple way to categorize connectors within a DLP policy, and we have at the moment 3 data groups available. So the first one, the business data group, is used for connectors that use business data. The non-business data group is used for connectors that host personal data, and the block group will be used when you want to restrict usage of across one or more environments. Then the other option we have here available is the audit. Okay, so if you access directly into PPAC, Power Platform Admin Center, if you access directly there to the environment and then go to settings, one of the options you will have is here the audit and logs. The auditing feature logs changes that are made to customer records and user access, so you can review the activity later. This auditing feature is designed to meet the auditing, compliance, security, and governance policies of many regulated enterprises. So the audit logs helps the administrator answer questions like which user was accessing the system, when he did that, who updated a specific field, who deleted the record. So these are some actions, some questions that we can answer with audit, and some examples of what actions can we really audit here is we can audit, create, update, deactivate, delete operations on the several records, changes on the sharing privileges of a record, any change that happens in a security role, audit any change that happens in an entity, or even who deleted the audit logs, for example. So we have these 4 options here: audit log management, audit settings, and audit summary view, entity and field audit settings. So these are the 4 options that we have available here on the PPAC. So the first one, the audit log management, it's where it's when you enable auditing, where you can specify that you can delete the old or unwanted logs if you want. Okay. Then the audit settings is where you enable or disable auditing. So more options will be available in advanced settings, like which areas of the product you would like to audit. For example, you can specify that you are going to audit the sales entities. The third one, audit summary view. So this option is for system administrators to see the activity for the entities that where they have enabled the auditing logging. And the last one, so this is the entity and field audit settings. It's where you can define per entity if you would like to audit a specific one. So this link takes you directly to your solution, okay, and there you can do the enablement in each entity that you would like to audit. So to review your audit data, you will need to access reports in Microsoft 365 Security and Compliance Center. Okay, so within the audit log search screen, Power Platform admins can search audit logs across many popular services like Dynamics 365, Exchange, Azure, Power BI, so several services available. So once the audit log search screen is accessed, an administrator can filter for specific activities by pulling down, okay? And then in this scenario, we are showing Dynamics 365 with the several activities that we can go deep. Additional considerations to have in mind is that when audit log search in the Microsoft 365 Security and Compliance Center is turned on, user and activity from your organization is recorded in the audit log and retained for 90 days. However, here your organization might not want to record and retain audit log data. Okay, so you can go there and a global admin can turn off audit log search in Microsoft 365. So here, the other option for monitoring. Help and support. Okay, so administrators can use the help and support experience in Power Platform Admin Center to get self-help solutions in real time for the issue. So if the issue can be resolved through self-help, you can use the same help and support experience to contact a Microsoft support representative. As soon as we start to raise the ticket, a virtual agent is available to assist you, and based on the information you provide, you will see a list of possible solutions to your issue. You can select a relevant solution and see if the content can successfully guide you to a fix. If none of this helps, you can always continue and submit the ticket into the support department. Regarding the preview feature we have there, we are rolling out a new feature to a limited set of customers to try out. And so the idea is if you are experiencing a service outage, you should go to Power Platform Admin Center and select the report outage link to report the outage to us immediately. Okay, so this is still in preview mode. Okay, we have put here the link. So if you want to access this preview, you can access and fill the form. And at last, so we have M365 alerts and message center. Okay, so as you know, Microsoft regularly sends communications regarding service incidents, service changes, any maintenance that we are doing, releases, any action that customer must have. So we have here the message center. So Microsoft 365 message center is the one that display any maintenance notification, service changes, release information, and the other one, service health dashboard we have here, is the one that shows the latest status of updates and incidents regarding the several services that your tenant has. So in this scenario, Microsoft Teams, Exchange Online, Microsoft 365 Suite, Azure information. So for every service that you have available, we will show the health of it. Okay. And now we have the analytics part, and that will be my colleague Luis. So Luis, you have the floor now.
Thank you, Vanya. So let me just a second. Okay. So regarding analytics are key drivers for most, if not all, businesses. We can speak about small companies, enterprise, but the key driver here is to understand where services are failing, which users are interacting with the platform, which form and business process could be tuned for performance. And the Power Platform Admin Center, the PPAC, provide many tools to help you to analyze the business and the operational events. We have analytics for Dataverse, Power App Analytics, Power Automate Analytics, and we will look at all these tools in the next slide. But before that, it's also important to understand which is the data refresh of this data to analyze and who can access this data. So the data refresh for these metrics is 24 hours. And the access to this data is limited to based on the user access to the Dataverse environment in combination with their Office 365 role. So we have two major situations there. We can have environment admins who will be able to see the environments they have access to. And then we have other kind of admin roles like Power Platform admins, Dynamics 365 admin, Microsoft 365 Global admin, which will be able to view every environment. Okay, so let's look at the analytics for the Dataverse. In the Dataverse Analytics, you can quickly view the adoption and the user metrics for your organization. To navigate to these analytics, you simply need to expand the analytics area of the PPAC and choose Dataverse. Regarding the dashboard, the admins will land on the home dashboard that you can see here, which provide information for a number of active Dataverse users, storage usage, most active workflow, and more. Then we have the active user dashboard, which is quite helpful to see which users are the most active during what time frame and what operations are being performed by the most active user. And here we are looking for the total operations like create, retrieve multiple, updates or delete, and total operation per day. Total page requests are shown with the line chart. So the usage report is extremely helpful for insights into user environment access based on the filter that you can set. And this report can help answer questions such as who was logged in a given time window and when users are most active in the environment. And if we go back to what Vanya just showed regarding the audit, this can be very useful when you really want to go deeper on this kind of questions. Then we have the mode of access dashboard that can help admins to better understand the user client usage. And here we are looking for the operating systems, the devices, the browser types, and active users by business unit and security role. So the charts in the mode of access report can help answer questions like recently introduced browsers or devices users are using to interact with the platform. And the active users by security role chart can also help to identify roles during a specific time frame. Then we can move to the entity usage dashboard, which display most of active entity by operation. And this is split out from one side out of the box and on the side custom entities. So the most used custom entities charts helps to visualize if a recent update has been made by my organization or from a vendor is being used. And here, if you could see an ADX entity being used, it could lead to believe that the Power Apps portal is configured. Another example, if you could see ADX bot content in this list, it would mean that the user has provisioned the Microsoft Virtual Agent. So moving on to the system job dashboard, here we have data points for success or pass rate, number of executions, more active plugins, top plugins by failure. This is the kind of information that you will find here. Moving forward, we have the IP, sorry, we have here the plugins dashboard. So this one we just spoke about that, sorry. So here we have the API calls statistic dashboard, which contain rich data points and is heavily used by the Power Apps platform. This dashboard will help admins to see the API success rates, the most used API calls, and all up API calls, and the top failing ones. At the bottom of this dashboard is the total API calls chart. And this chart is very useful to investigate when the platform may be experiencing significant demand and which call are being used during this time. So here, using this kind of information, you can work about how to improve your environment and how to use some techniques such as batching, caching, to reduce the number of calls made. So finally, we have the Mailbox usage dashboard, which enables admins to visualize mailbox configuration and active email mailbox and profiles. So this is quite interesting when you are using server-side sync to review the incoming, the outgoing configuration, which mailbox are enabled, how many are using the service. And of course, all this data can be exported through the download button that you have on this window to an Excel file. And then you can use this information to create more impactful reports using Power BI, or uploading this information to Azure App Insights, Azure Log Analytics for Azure Blob Storage to extend the capabilities. So this is for the Dataverse Analytics. And now let's go to see what is the Power Apps Analytic information that we can have there. For Power Apps Analytics, the first thing that is important to understand is this information is available only for Canvas app. Okay, so model-driven apps are not included today on these reports. And the Power Apps Analytics provide a view into the environment level usage, the errors, the service performance to drive governance, and also change management services to users. So there is 5 reports available there. What we see here is the usage report, which is the default report. And this one provides the total app launch and daily active user across all applications in the environment. So admins can filter the view with the attributes like device platform, player, version, country, or region. This is what you have on the right side. Okay. Then we have the location report, which provide the map-based view of usage, and it gives insights into the regional adoption and usage of the Canvas app. Then we have the Toast error reports, which provide insight into the error trends, the type and count per app to help drive improvement in the app quality. And the Toast errors are errors displayed to the end user of the application. This is what we are looking here. So next we have the service performance report, which provides details of all the standard and custom connectors to understand the performance bottlenecks and client versus service API issues. So all the service performance KPIs can be filtered with the attribute like services, connector, device platform, player version, and country and region. This is what you have on the right side again. And finally, we have the connectors reports, which provide visibility into the standard and custom connector being used by the Canvas app. So here we are looking at the 28 days of data. This is last days available there, the 28 days. And admins can get insight into the number of connectors associated with each app, specific connectors being used by each app, and the owners of the connector. It's also provide information about the number of times the app has been shared, the number of app sessions, and the last access time for visibility into high usage apps and connectors. So regarding that, there is more 2 points here that could be very interesting to know. It's where the data is stored when we look at that. And of course, we can download the data. So where the data is stored. The data is stored in the region that an environment is hosted in. Okay, so the data is stored for a maximum of 28 days, and the refresh about that is 3 hours. Moving forward and looking at the Power Automate analytics, this report provides insights into runs, usage, errors, type of flow created, shared, details on connectors associated with different flows. And when we speak about different flows, we are speaking about automated flow, button flow, scheduled flow, approval, or business process flow. And to access these reports, you just need to go to the navigation bar on the left side, select Analytics, select Microsoft Power Automate, and here we are. The default report will be the run report, and it will provide you the view about the daily, the weekly, the monthly run data of all the flow in the environment. Another important point here, as you can see on the screen, we have this report available for cloud flow, but also for desktop flow, okay? So it's working for both. So if we move forward and look at the usage report of the Power Automate Analytics, this report provides insights into different type of flow in use, trends, and flow creator's name. Then we can move forward and go for the created report, which provide insight into the type of flow created, again the trends and the details. If we move forward, we can see the error reports, which provide insight into recurring error types, details, error counts, creator's email address, last occur time. And moving forward, we go to the shared report, which provide details about the flow shared and the trend in the environment. To finally go to the connectors, which is also a very important report, which provide details on connectors and their associated flow. So metrics like number of calls from each flow per connector can be interesting when we look at the API limits, the flow runs, and the flow creator's email address. Okay, again, we can download this information to the Excel. It's very interesting also to check what information we have in Excel, because sometimes we have more information than the one showed in the reports. But on top of all these analytics that you can find inside PPAC, we have also other admin portal use, and for this session we have select a few of them that we will just show you in the next slide. And these portals that we are speaking about are usually used to manage your Power Platform building solutions, Power Automate, Power Apps, portals, or Power Virtual Agent instance. So looking at the Power Automate portal that you can access through the flow.microsoft.com, this portal is a service that you can use to automate repetitive tasks, to bring efficiency to your organization, to allow your users to save time and increase their productivity. So the thing here is that there are three types of flow that you can create to automate. You have the cloud flow, when you want to automate your automation to be triggered either automatically, instantly, or through a schedule. You have the desktop flow, which initially was called robotic process automation, or RPA, which enables you to automate all the repetitive desktop process with the new intuitive Power Automate desktop designer. And basically, with a simple drag and drop action, you can, or recording your own desktop flow, you can create these flows. And finally, you have also the business process flow, which provide a guide, which define a set of steps for people to follow to take them to a desired outcome and get the job done. Okay, so you define a set of stages. Then in each stage, you will have a group of steps. And for each step, you will represent a field where the data can be entered, and then you will have a button to go to the next stage until to go to where you want your users to go. So this is for the Power Automate portal, but we have also the Power Apps portal, and here we are looking at the Power Apps Maker portal, which is a high productivity development platform for business apps. And there is here 4 major components. We have the Canvas app, we have the model-driven app, we have the portals, and we have Dataverse. And this portal is focused on building Power Apps, so Canvas apps, model-driven apps, but also portal from blank. Okay, when we speak about Canvas app, we start with the user experience, crafting a highly tailored interface with the power of a blank canvas and connecting it to several data sources using connectors available for that. So you can build Canvas app for web, for mobile, and also for tablet application. Then you have the model-driven apps, which starts with your data model, and you build up from the shape of your core business data and processes in the Dataverse to model forms, view, and other components. Okay, then we have the portals that we will speak in the next slide, and the Dataverse, which is a data platform that comes with Power Apps and allow you to store and model the business data. By the way, Dataverse is the platform on which Dynamics 365 apps are built. So here we are speaking about Dynamics 365 sales, customer services, field services, marketing, and so on. On top of that, this portal, the Power Apps Maker portal, allows you to view and manage Dataverse components, manage connectors, gateway, and you can also manage your solutions there, work on flows, chatbots, and AI Builder. Okay, so moving to the portal, Power Apps Portal Admin Center, here the important thing is to understand that the portal helps you to create external facing websites that allow you to give access to users outside the organization. And with that, we can sign in with a wide variety of identities. We can create and view data in Dataverse. We can even browse contents anonymously. With the capability to build a portal in Power Apps, you can create a website, customize it with pages, layouts, and contents for external and internal users. You can, your makers can reuse the page design through templates, add forms and views to display key data from Dataverse and publish that to users. Okay, so to access the Portal Admin Center, you just need to sign in the PPAC, the Power Platform Admin Center. And in the left pane, you just need to select resources and select portals. Once you are there, you just need to select the manage on the top of the page, and you will be you will be forward to the Power Apps Portal Admin Center. In the Power Apps Admin Center, on the Portal Admin Center, we have several areas. Not one, I won't describe all of them, but you have some that are very interesting, like the portal details that you can use to change or update the portal name, to convert your trial portal to a production portal. You have also the portal actions that allow administrators to configure specific portal settings and perform actions against a configured portal, like add a custom domain or restart the portal. You can manage SSL certificate. You can set up SharePoint integration. You can set up Power BI integration and manage portal authentication key, or finally set up, there is more option, but you can also set up IP addresses restriction. If we move on and we go to the Power Virtual Agent portal, here you just need to access this portal through the powerva.microsoft.com. Power Virtual Agent are adaptable AI-powered chatbots that can resolve common issues and answer questions quickly. So with the Power Virtual Agent, you can empower your team, easily create very powerful chatbots, and use a guided, no-code graphical interface without the need of data scientists or developers. So the idea there is really to empower your team and allow them to easily build chatbots themselves without the need of intermediaries or coding or IE expertise. With that, this allows customers and users to reduce costs and improve the customer satisfaction, which is quite interesting for the adoption of the application, because you can allow your customers to self-help themselves and resolve issue very quickly in a 24/7 base. Doing that, the next step is to look at the roadmap, and this talk has the main purpose to help our customers and partners who came to us asking for insights regarding all the available portals in the Power Platform ecosystem, to understand how, why, and when to use all these capabilities. So the PPAC has integrated several portals and features already, and it will continue to integrate more features in the future. So we do recommend to regularly check what is coming on in the roadmap of the Power Platform, and also from all the solutions in the Power Platform, and specifically for the major release which are coming. So here you have the link of the release 1, which is coming on the next month for Microsoft Power Platform, but also for Microsoft Dynamics 365. And with that, the talk has reached the end. So thank you very much.
Thank you.